let's see. Israel's fighting this weekend. UFC 293 in the main event against Sean Strickland. A win here further puts him in that conversation where some feel he's already the GOAT, that he could be the GOAT at middleweight. Now, let's break it down. Israel is 24-2 overall heading into this fight, 13-2 in the UFC, 5 knockouts, 8 decisions, a lot of decisions, much more than Anderson. He got wins over Whitaker, one of the greatest ever. He avenged Pereira, Vittori twice, Paul Costa, Romero, and he beat Anderson, although Anderson was old. So, and then there's also Anderson Silva. 34-11 overall. Ruined his record at the end, we all know. 17-7 in the UFC. A lot of those at other divisions and when he was older. 11 KOs, 3 submissions as well, 3 decisions. He beat Derek Brunson, Chael Sonnen, Yushin Okami. Okami is a nasty fighter for you young buck gorilla. Okami is a real good fighter in his day. Chael Sonnen was a handful and beat damn near everybody except for Anderson. Vitor Belfort was an animal. That was TRT Vitor, so he was a nasty mofo. Damian Maia when he was a freak submission guy that no one could deal with. Hendo, you young buckaroos.
GOAT candidate Dan Henderson.
Yes. Look up Dan Henderson and look for the H-bomb. Nasty. And then he beat Rich Franklin, who was like the best middleweight of his time up until Anderson Silva. So does a win here, especially dominantly, does that push Israel into being the GOAT of middleweight, or he still needs some more wins?
He still needs some more wins for me. Like, I think if he beats Strickland, say the DDP fight happens and Israel has a standout performance in that, then we're having that conversation a little more earnestly. But Anderson Silva is just another one where his run was just so legendary. It takes a lot to overcome that. Now, if we're going to talk about like who's the better skilled fighter, I would probably lean toward Adesanya being the overall better striker or something like that. And
let me stop you there then. Let me ask you a question because that's a fair point. Get that. I feel differently in terms of this. I think what do you think if Anderson fought Israel in his prime, who wins the fight? I feel Anderson will beat him, especially because of his chin. Could Anderson, if they fought each other in the prime, who wins that fight?
I would say Anderson because I think he was the better overall fighter as far as grappling ability as well. So if that fight found its way to the floor at some point, whether it be, and for any reason, whether it be, granted Anderson was not, the greatest offensive wrestler, and Israel Adesanya has fantastic takedown defense. But if through a clinch or a trip or someone slips or a scramble, just something strange happens and that fight touches the canvas, I don't see Adesanya being able to survive the jiu-jitsu black belt of Anderson Silva. I don't see that happening because he was a slick guy on the ground.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. This is just not a great matchup. And Anderson had weak opponents like Travis Looters of the world and stuff like that. Patrick Cote, this is a Patrick Cote kind of fight, Strickland. It's just not going to push you into that level.